Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be exploring Class 8 Science Chapter 3, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. Now this is a very small chapter, so let's get straight into it because it's very easy to understand. Types of fibers. Any fabric is made of fiber. Alright, something to remember. Now that wasn't a type of fiber, but still, this is a thing to remember. Let me rub this out and make it a bit more neater. So any fabric is made of fiber. Fibers are literally strings of whatever the thing is made of, right? So this is a fiber. They're connected together and they form a fabric. Alright, so that's what a fiber is. We have learned this in class 6, 7, and we're gonna learn it in 8 as well, but we want to make sure that we know this. Natural fibers. Now, what are natural fibers? Natural fibers are obtained from plants and animals. They are natural, as the name suggests. They're ready to use, and some fibers obtained from plants are called vegetable fibers. So, first we talked about ready to use, meaning if you have a cotton plant, you have cotton buds sticking out. You just need to get them, make strings, done. Make string is basically shaping it, right? That's literally ready to use. So meaning plants or natural fibers are ready to use. Now synthetic fibers. What are synthetic fibers? They are man-made fibers, meaning they're not natural. They go through a man-made process before they're ready to use. All right. You know that cotton went through a process as well, which was basically shaping it. But in man-made fibers, it needs to go through chemicals. All right. So it goes through chemicals. We have to put chemicals in it to form a chain-like structure to form a fabric. Now these chain-like structures are called polymers. Polymer is a Greek word in which poly means units. So polymer is made of many repeating units. Alright? Now, types of synthetic fibers. What are the types of synthetic fibers? Rayon is one, nylon is one, polyester, and acrylic. So, Rayon is obtained from a natural resource called wood pulp. Now you might be like, wait, we just got it from a natural resource. Then why is it a synthetic fiber? Well, yes, that's a very great question because that's what I got to wonder. Now that wondering is very good. It's basically that, as I said before, any natural fibers are ready to use. But do you think wood pulp is ready to use? No, it goes into lots of chemicals, they're mixed together, and then they're formed into fabric. They are not ready to use, that's why they're synthetic fibers, alright? It can be dyed into many colors, dyed meaning colored into many colors. It can be mixed with cotton to make bed sheets and with wool to make rugs, carpets / mats. Alright, nylon. It was the first fully synthetic fiber, meaning there were only chemicals used. There were no natural things in there. It was prepared with the help of air, water, and coal. It is a strong, light, easy to wash, elastic, and lustrous. Now, light is light in weight, easy to wash, meaning it is easy to wash. Elastic meaning it's stretchable. Lustrous meaning it's shiny. Now you can make toothbrush, ropes, parachutes, seatbelts, sleeping bags, curtains, etc. out of nylon. Now polyester time. Polyester is wrinkle-free, easy to wash, and quite suitable for making dresses because of these properties. Terylene can be drawn into very fine fibers. Now terylene is a type of polyester, so it's basically a type of polyester and can be drawn into very fine fibers, basically. Alright. Acrylic resembles wool. It is called synthetic wool because it's like wool, but it's synthetic. It's man-made. This is cheaper than natural wool used for blankets, sweaters, etc. Now, synthetic wools have some properties. They're cheaper, they're stronger, they're more durable than natural fibers. They're easy to maintain, they're washed easily, and they dry up quickly. than natural fibers. Plastics. Now, plastics is such a broad topic. Like we have talked about how it's bad for our environment, but why? And what are the types of plastics? Like there's types of synthetic fibers and also natural fibers. Then what are the types of plastics? So let's cover that. Now the types can be thermoplastics, thermosetting plastics, and those are the two types. Now thermoplastics are plastics that can be bent or molded easily on heating. Examples can be PVC or polythene. Polythene is our polythene bag. You have our bag, right? You can put stuff in it. So you have it like that. And you can put stuff in here. So that's our polythene bag. Now it can be used for toys, bottles, etc. Alright. Thermosetting plastics. Such plastics that can't be deformed again. So once they're formed, they can't be deformed on heating. Only once. Alright? Examples can be bakelite and melamine. Now, melamines and bakelites and basically thermosetting plastics are bad conductors of heat and electricity. So that's why you use it for electric switches and etc. Properties of plastic. They are non-reactive with water or air, so it doesn't cause rust, unlike on iron. When you expose it to water and air, it causes rust. We have learned about this, but again, let's revise everything. Alright, they're not corroded easily, meaning they can't be worn away or anything in them. Like if you have chemicals in them, their properties normally disappears if they're in glass or something like that. They corrode easily, but in plastic they do not corrode easily, so that can be used for storing chemicals. They're light, strong, durable. They're pure conductors of heat and electricity, as we talked about before. Now, effects on the environment. Why do we say that plastic is bad for the environment? Now, it can't decompose easily. What does decompose easily mean? It means that it can't really be broken down easily, meaning it really just can't. There's no way to get rid of plastic, and that's why they end up in the oceans, in the seas, and they become harmful to aquatic creatures because they think that, let's take a tortoise for example. All right, now that tortoise, when they see a plastic bag, they think it's a jellyfish, and tortoise love to eat jellyfish, so they basically eat the plastic and then they end up dying, or even worse than that, they suffer and die, or they just suffer. So that's why it can be harmful to aquatic creatures, and we have seen millions of aquatic creatures die because of our needs, which is not good. Now, this can cause pollution. It can fill up on landfills and it can pollute the whole earth. Because when it burns, first it takes a lot of time. It can't be burned fully. But even if you think about burning it, it releases a lot of poisonous fuel while burning. Now you might be like, why do we use plastic? It's cheap. It's good. It's really easy for us to use. But then, do we think about others? We really need to think about that. Now, the best you can do is just to make sure you recycle, you don't throw the plastic away into on the floor, you know. So you want to keep everything nice and tidy. Now, we have learned about the 3 R's before. Now, what's the 5 R's? The reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse, recover. Now, reduce the use of plastic. Reuse meaning reuse the plastic so that it doesn't end up in the ocean so easily. Recycle meaning basically if it's bad, make it into something else. Recycle it, right? And refuse meaning when you go to a shop and you see something really cool made out of plastic, don't buy it. You don't need it. And if you do need it, then think about buying stuff like that made from other stuff. So you don't necessarily need plastic. Alright? Then we have got recover meaning recover the plastic that has been ending up in oceans, on our landfills, on our roads. You don't want plastic to corrode it, alright? Corrode the earth. Now, one important keyword that you need to know is artificial silk is basically rayon, alright? Now with that, we finished this chapter. Hope you understood everything. Hope you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.